Hey there, welcome to the top 7 rock cuts of the week. We've got some really cool ones to check out, which you can see here. To all the current subscribers, thanks so much. I think you'll like these ones, and if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing to see more videos like this. All the rocks were found in northern Nevada, and let's go ahead and get to it. Okay, let's check out this one. So if you're like me, this might have been the first one that caught your eye out of the group. First, there's the color, it's black. And then we have very obvious wood grain on it, which is just really, really nice on that front side especially. So just from that, I was very, very interested in what this might look like on the inside. And here you can see some of that wood grain more, and that is really cool. It looks like maybe two things going on. There's some of the wood grain, and then there's a darker white material that looks like it's running almost counter to the wood grain. And I'm not sure if that's actually what's happening or not. That's just kind of what it looks like. And here we can take a little bit of a closer look. You can see there's that almost softer white that's there underneath towards the left side of the rock here as we're looking at it. And that's got some of the wood grain patterns more intact and preserved. And then it gets a little broken up by whatever the other material is there that's the darker white color, but very, very cool. Have not seen one like this. Let's check out this rock. So from the outside, you can see some of the classic Lahontan Jasper patterns and colors. That is why I picked it up. I would be surprised if it looked any different on the inside. I was hoping that it looked pretty much like this. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the inside, and that is really nice. So it does look very similar to the outside, except we can see that the white is a nice bright white and is very clean for most of the rock here. Towards the upper middle part where we're looking now, there's some more inclusions where we have some orange and some purple, and it's not quite as clean, but the rest of it is very, very nice with that red color over the white. It looks like there's a little face in the veins there, kind of a neutral face. I'll circle it. And we can take a little bit closer look at some of the coloration just to the right of the neutral face. Is really pretty where the red has come in around that vein. And let's take a little bit of a closer look at this half as well. Just really nice. Both the red on the white and then the red and purple and orange banding going on there. Lahontan Jasper is one of my favorites with the big splotches like this. I think of it almost as a cow variety. Okay, let's check out this rock. So from the outside, you can see we've got some nice pink and red and white color that's showing through, and we've also got some interesting pattern. The red and the pink has some nice banding, especially around the white on this part of the rock, and I thought that if that carried through, it might look pretty cool on the inside. So let's go ahead and take a look, and that is really cool on the inside. That's really pretty. It looks a bit like a heart here, even heart-shaped, but the red and white and pink banding here is really, really pretty, especially on the top and then where it kind of makes that nice fold around that vein towards the center of the rock. Really pretty. Okay, let's take a closer look at the halves, and we can see that banding a little bit better here. Really nice, and then you can see it gets a little bit fainter as it fades into the white color in the center. This would have been a good Valentine's Day rock, but missed it by a few days here. Oh well, it is still a really pretty one. Okay, so let's check out this rock. So you can see from the outside we've got a couple different materials going on. We've got kind of a darker brown material that looks solid, and it is in fact not translucent. And then we have a lighter colored material, which we're kind of panning away from now, which looks like it may be crystal or agate material with a desert patina on it. And I do think that is what that is. So let's take another look at the angle we couldn't see before. And I've made 2 cuts on this one just to get a couple different views because it was a little bit of a bigger rock and I just thought it looked kind of cool. So let's go ahead and take a look what that looks like on the inside. And that is really nice. Okay, so this cut is almost all agate. The part that I just circled there looks like some sort of an inclusion, which is circular in shape itself and made up of smaller ones. Let's take a look at this cut, and that's gorgeous as well. So this one is about half and half in terms of the agate material and the more solid brown, maybe jasper material. And there's that round inclusion carrying through on both of these pieces as well. Let's take a closer look at the individual parts. So really nice kind of agate material on the left here with the veins somewhat filled in with red and orange, probably from iron staining. This looks like there's almost a second round inclusion below the first one that I saw. And there's some pretty cool banding that's going on in the darker material as well, as you can see, and some red color in there too. Okay, let's take a look at these first ones. So the dark material really only is on the bottom and top portion of this cut, so the left and the right side here. And there's a few interesting little crystal caves going on in the agate material. And you can see the kind of round inclusion that I was talking about before that carries through the whole rock kind of on the left side, but a really, really interesting one. Okay, let's check out this rock. So from the outside, you can see we've got a heavy desert patina going on with that dark brown, even got kind of a nice shine to it, and goes to an orangish red with some yellow there, but mostly shades of brown. Let's take a look at the other side of the rock that we couldn't see before. And again, really just more of that thick desert patina, maybe a little bit more of the red color is apparent. Let's go ahead and take a look at the inside of this, and that is so cool. So definitely not what I expected from the outside. Although we do have some of those same colors actually. We have some of the brown and we have some of the red, but I didn't expect it to be in this kind of a banded pattern, which is really nice. So we have the kind of yellows and brown up top, which fades to a gray and then into some nice reds and orange through the center of the rock, and then down to some more banding, which gets into browns, yellows, reds, even some almost greens, and then white, as you can see towards the very bottom narrow part of the rock. But really cool. With this closer look, you can see a little bit more of the color variation and gradients that are going on, but really, really pretty. If we take a little bit closer look at the other half of this cut, there's almost, an interior band that's going around that kind of contains the upper portion. Really, really pretty. And then the banding in the bottom part is actually a little bit more complicated than I initially thought, but really nice. Let's check out this rock. So from the outside, we can see we've got some cool banding. We've got a very cool eye up top on the rock. The color looks mostly light colored. So we've got white, we've got some darker color going on in the banding. We have some desert patina as well, where it's a little bit brown and yellow. And then if we take a look at the bottom of the rock, it looks very crystal, and it's almost a purple or purple green kind of color there on the bottom, but very interesting. So let's go ahead and take a look at the inside of this, and that is pretty neat. So the eye does carry through. We've even got a bit of a pupil on the right piece that we're looking at here. The lighter banding looks to be a light purple color. Some of the yellow has seeped in the middle section of the rock, and we can see that there's some fractures that have been filled in as well. So let's take a little bit of a closer look at the individual halves here, and we can see the triangle or top part of the rock. We have some really nice banding going on, and then much thicker bands going on the rest of the rock. But very pretty. Definitely haven't seen one like this. Okay, let's check out this rock. So from the outside, you can tell it's a little bit different than the rocks I normally find. We've got a lot of banding going on, but it appears to be very fine banding, and we've got some interesting colors that are present. It's mostly light colored, but it looks like there's some blue or almost greenish hues as well throughout the rock. So let's go ahead and take a look at the inside. And that is really cool. There is very fine banding that's going on. There's a lot more variation than we could tell from the outside. The top and bottom do look like they have a little bit of a greenish tint to them, and the middle section of the rock looks like there's some blue and purple as well. And then we have some other grains or other material that's spread throughout the little round dots, some of which are black and some are gray, which is really, really pretty. Okay, thanks so much for checking these rocks out with me. And if you liked the video, please give it a like. And if you made it this far and you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. And thanks so much to all the current subscribers. I see that there are quite a few new ones out there, so I appreciate it very much. Please let me know what you think down in the comments, and I will see you next time.